Hi everybody. I realized after I got off here and started getting comfy clothes and changed and relaxed a little bit that I didn't talk about some other topics that I wanted to discuss. One of them being clothes. Okay, so 125 pounds, 10 months, pretty much almost like 2 weeks shy of 10 months. Obviously, you're going to go through clothes. Now, a lot of people have talked about going to thrift shops, things like that, finding secondhand places, even getting new clothes in thrift shops. I myself have not been successful at finding clothes in thrift shops. Either they're made, the old sizing style and the sizes just don't fit. It's been rough. So I've been doing a lot of like clearance rack shopping, and I have to say, like, I've done pretty well. Um, with that kind of thing, trying to stay, under a pair of pants for 15 bucks, 20 bucks. I've been okay with that kind of thing. I actually hit the jackpot and got a skirt for 75 cents the other day at like brand new, like a limited skirt. And I think it was at Bob's, of all places. So you never know. Like, you can really get some good deals. That day at Bob's, I got for 20 bucks, I got two pairs of pajama pants, two skirts, sweater, an Izod sweater, like a nice sweater too. So don't go out and spend tons of money because you're going to go through clothes like crazy. Go through what you can, keep what you can, keep your favorites if you really want them. My biggest thing was finding dresses and things like that to go out, because one week, it would be great. A couple weeks later, when you went out again that next month, I guess, it would just look huge and not as flattering. So that's tough. Like, spending money on clothes is tough. Replacing some of your favorite items is definitely tough. I was so excited. I found a dress at Kohl's that was that button-down t-shirt kind of dress, which looks really cute, and I love it. And I found one to replace one that I had that was just way too big. So that made me very excited. But there are things that I've definitely kept a hold of, like a lot of my fun t-shirts. This is one of my sweatshirts that's really kind of fun. It's a Marilyn Monroe sweatshirt, but as you can tell, it's a little big. It's a little too big for me. But sometimes you just have to keep the things that you love. And, I've been trying to give away some things. I gave a lot away to Goodwill, went crazy through my closet and got through a lot of clothes, but there's still things that I need to let go of. And it's tough because it's cold, and I'm down 125 pounds, so I'm a little bit more chilly when winter weather is here and stuff like that. So I'm layering up and wearing tights under my pants and stuff like that. But definitely been able to find some really good deals. Target had some awesome clearance stuff. Got tons of pants for like $13 a pair of pants. I've even found some for like $8 a pair of pants, which is great, brand new. Haven't been buying fancy things because what's the point? You're going to be out of it, and so quickly it's not even funny. I'm usually maintaining between the size 14 and 16. I actually found, by me, there's outlet malls, and the clearance in the outlet malls is really good. Like, I got a pair of Tommy Hilfiger pants for like $7. Really nice pants for $7. So I was excited. One thing I thought I was going to have more fun with and be able to be a little bit more like the regular girls, get to shop in the nice pretty lingerie and get nice bras for cheap deals, because you see all these great deals. But sadly, I have to say, with sizing down because of the extra skin and stuff like that, I'm between like a 38 double D and a 38D, which unfortunately is not so easy to find. The D, yes, the double D, not so much. But I did hit the jackpot. I went to the Maidenform outlet and at the Jersey Shore outlets by my house, and everything was like 50% off. I got a bra for like $7. How could you go wrong with that? And Maidenform bras are very supportive and really comfortable. I also got this new kind that they have that is like, it's supposed to be like an underwire, but not an underwire, and it's great. Very supportive. Wish I had more money to buy more, but it's probably a good idea not to buy more. So maybe once I lose the extra skin, then I'll be in the smaller size. But for now, unfortunately, I have to do what I can to make it all work. One thing I did want to talk about is skin and extra skin. I touched base slightly on it real quick at the end, talking about, the different kind of Spank things that you can wear. Maidenform has a shrug, and they also have one of the ones that you can wear your own bra that's open and it goes through your arms and does your abdomen as well. Those are awesome products. Those were I linked them on my obesity help journal, so you can actually go and see the different ones that I found. But one thing I have been looking into and been talking to people about is the skin, because summer is coming and I can wear this cool little shrug that might look fun in the winter and keep me warm, but or wear a sweater kind of thing with a strapless shirt or a no sleeve shirt. But come summertime, I'm not going to be apt to do such a thing. It's going to be hot. I'm going to be dying. So my arms are getting not great. One thing that a friend of mine told me about, and I still have yet to research, but maybe someone out there will know more than I will, is I heard that a lot of the burn centers are now offering to do the skin surgery for gastric bypass patients if you donate the skin from your, from the extra skin from the weight loss. Hell yeah, I will do it in a split second as long as it's covered and I don't have to pay anything. So I need to do more research on that. I know that a lot of the doctors don't want to do any of these kind of surgeries until you're at least a year post-op. Some of them even want you to wait 2 years. I would hate to go for 2 summers with my arms in the state that they're in right now, because they're just really not, not eye-pleasing, and not, they don't make me feel good about, myself and the weight loss. But for the most part, I've been able to, dress well and get around it. So it hasn't been an issue. When it comes to being naked in front of somebody or in a bathing suit, then it will be a little bit more of an issue. But for now, it is what it is. One thing that I also wanted to touch base on is the attention that I'm getting since I've lost this weight. I have had friends for a long time, since high school. I'm 36, I'll be 37 in August. So I've known people for a good 20 or more years, that when I was thinner in high school, I was kind of like about this size, maybe a little bit smaller in different places, but everybody's like, wow, you look like you did in high school. Just, obviously my hair was short and blonde at that time. Now it's, brownish red. So it's a little different in some respects, but I have been getting a lot of attention lately. And it's not just from the male species, it's from the female species as well. And it's been hard. Like, some of it's just general, like, oh my God, you look so good. Keep up the great work. And some of it's like, wow, hey, Foxy Mama. So I'm kind of like, ooh, a little like, oh, I don't know how to deal with all this. So it's been tough. I think it's, for me, psychologically, it's still hard for me to take a compliment, because you don't see yourself as this person that you are now, this skinnier person. You still see that overweight person, or you see your imperfections, like the skin, things like that. One thing that's hard for me is, yes, the gastric bypass is challenging, and yes, there are things that you need to do and stuff you need to watch, and you got to remember your vitamins. You got to remember your multivitamin twice a day, and you got to remember your B12 once a day, and your calcium. Look at this big giant bottle of calcium. Actually, this is a good thing to tell you about, but I'll tell you about it in a minute. It is challenging at times, and you have to eat different things, and you have to learn what's good for you and what's not, and not to eat too much sugar. But in some ways, it does feel like cheating. It feels like, when I did Weight Watchers and stuff like that, and I dieted, and it took a long time to lose weight, and it's been almost 10 months, and I'm down 125 pounds. Not something that's easy, not something you can do with Weight Watchers or anything like that. Even if you're the most strictest person at losing weight, it's not easy, and you're working out like crazy. I know. I had a lot of physical things that were preventing me from losing weight for the past couple years, and the most I ever lost on my own was like 40 pounds, and that was in 2005, and I was rigidly watching my food, working out like crazy, sort of killing myself to do that, and it didn't stay. I gained that much more from that. That was the lowest I was like 275, and shot right back up to like 3 something. So it feels a little bit like cheating sometimes when people say, oh my God, you're doing so good, keep up the good work. But I've been getting more and more, advice from other people and more absorbing things that people say, that gastric bypass is difficult. It's challenging. I had an ulcer. Or have an ulcer. I had, my gallbladder out. I had all kinds of things that made it difficult and challenging. So every day is a challenge, and I need to accept that